like the getting it right, because we talked a lot about that. You kind of mentioned over there a little bit about like someone coming in to get their hair done, and why is that important? Why that was a critical thing for a business to be successful.
So one of the biggest things that we kind of have our own take on, and I guess our own theory and our own our own method on, is we want the experience when we get a new client. We treat every client like it's their first time. We want them every experience to be fun, exciting. This time for women especially, whether they be moms, wives, whatever it may be, this is like their time alone. When you go and get your hair done, it's relaxing. It's time to gossip. It's time to, same with men. Men, we get our haircuts, we're in the barber shops, we're watching basketball, we're talking about guys stuff. This is your guys' time, women's time to really relax. So, we serve wine with all of our cut and styles, if that's obviously what you want to do. We have tea, coffee, but we really pride ourselves on the wine. Women, it's kind of unique that we can serve them wine and they can really relax and enjoy a glass of wine and then really just, get the services that they want to get done. So we want to make sure that the first time we handle them with care. So we want to make sure that customer service is key. We want to make sure that that our facility is clean, nice, open, refreshing when you walk in, and sit down and have a glass of wine. So that's why we really pride ourselves on that first interaction. We want to make sure that first interaction is key for us, and getting it right the first time. When we have a stylist that comes in that wants either balayage or a Brazilian blowout, we want to make sure that it's a different experience than they've ever had. We want to make sure that all of our stylists are trained on our salon envy theory, that on our way of doing things, that our method. So that's why, again, when it comes down to whether it's a new hire that you're doing that's been in the industry for 20 years, or if it's somebody fresh out of beauty school, both are going to need training, because no matter where you go, especially if you're private salon, we have our own method and our own way that we like to see the outcome of. Ultimately, it's the customers what they want. But why they come to our salon is because of the way we do things. While providing them with what they want, they like our touch on it as well. We got to make sure that everything's cohesive when they come in from start to finish. So.
And I think one thing important that, Skylarr was sharing with me earlier is that they do focus on getting it right done the first time. Meaning that what someone's looking for matches as close. Let's say they're like my hair has red undertones. Then again, I'm very experienced in the salon industry, so my hair has like red undertones. So it doesn't matter what color you put, it's gonna come out orange because it has red undertones. Knowing that there has to be like specific, exact, like let's say we can't use a G level color, we have to use an N or a neutral, add blue or green in there with a tint in order for it to come out with a gold highlight versus, let's say, a red highlight. And that takes experience and that takes professionalism, and that's something that they really have down. That, if you're coming in for, let's say, dark brown or this shade of brown, it may be that on the sample, but it may not be that on your hair type or your hair. That's why sometimes the strand testing, for the home kits help. But in this salon, because of the level of experience and expertise and the professionalism and the qualifications that him and his beautiful wife has, they're able to get that right done the first time. Which brings me to so we talked about leverage, we talked about creating a system, we talked about creating criterias for the ideal person to be in that place. We talked about maybe a day or two of, training them, and then, where it doesn't have to be a year or 3 weeks or a month. It's just a couple of hours with another person. Here's our system, here's how we do things, and then we kind of watch them do one or two and just test it out and make sure they're there. And then everyone gets really good as time goes. I mean, we can't expect perfection in the beginning, but that process and mindset, if we do that, we can fill the 7 or 10 stations very, very quickly, rather than having to wait. In a billionaire's mindset, we think about time, timing, and people. There's only 2 things we'll never get back in our life. It doesn't matter how much money there is or not money. When we're in a small business mindset versus a big business or a billionaire's mindset, we're always focused on, making survival versus thriving. We're thinking about making overhead versus how do we create opportunity. So in a billionaire's mindset, these guys have it. We're thinking, creating that, opportunity for someone else. And then if we can do it once and we can do it once right, then it's the same thing as anything else. And when it's very easy to duplicate. So instead of training for 2 days, we may be able to train for 5 hours later on. We get more efficient. So as we work on that process and that concept, now we've got it down. And let's say we have it right 70 or 80% of the time or 50% of the time, and then we improve and we keep going up from there, then that's all it's going to take. And now we have a business that can easily have multiple locations and be franchised. And now, he has leverage, his wife has leverage, and we have everything working. So that should solve duplication. So we're thinking creating opportunity. And I'd love, your feedback. Please post it on my Facebook or my LinkedIn or, Twitter, or post on this video. I would love for you to tell me if I hit it, if I missed it, if you got the concept, if you're going to. I'm more interested in, instead of getting it done right, getting it done. So try it. Create that opportunity in your business with a simple criteria for personality, meeting your values. Like in my world, 10 years ago, my values were travel, have fun, ultra high-end training, large hotels. I was single, John and I was together and we spent years on the road. So, but now that I have a family, I want to attract people that are baby and kid friendly, that will understand that, sometimes my kid's with me or my kid's not with me, or there's, flexibility. There's so many things that goes with being a parent that's so important for me right now, that my baby's everything to me. And I want to support other families like that. So you may be in a place where you're retired and you don't want to see kids. You want them, you want to be in a 55 plus community. You may be, so I live in a retiree community with a family, so I'm having a little bit of a challenge. I'm trying to find a community that's baby friendly, but so it has to, because it's a complete mismatch versus, let's say, a single person versus a person in a relationship. So when we're thinking our customer and success long term, we want to think about who that ideal customer avatar is. After working and when we start business, we try to get anyone, and I'll close on that concept where I was talking about volume. We do want to get every and anybody in that sense coming in the beginning for something that is like a haircut. You want a haircut, will take care of your hair. But if we want to have a signature brand, what is that signature brand? What is that special sauce that we have? And what is our dream client? Like, if I don't know about everybody else, but I'm very emotional, so I love being around his wife, because she's very calm, and she's like my husband. She's very stable personality, very, very, I wouldn't say stable, but very introverted and a good listener. I'm a chatterbox. So like, if we have two chatterboxes, like we kind of compete for space. And I'm even though I'm expressive, I'm very shy and introverted. So, but my husband's very extroverted, and so, but his communication is not. So it's a good complement, a good balance. So we want to think about that as we grow as community and we grow as family and grow our business. What's our ideal person coming in the salon? How much money are they paying us? How long are they staying with us? What are they saying about us to the community? Are we getting each person that walks in the door telling their friend or family or grandmother or kids or sister? Or I grew a business from 0 clients, moving to a big city in San Diego, from nobody to 300 clients very quickly, just by word of mouth, by just say, hey, I'm new in town, would you please let people know that if you liked what I did, just let them know, and here's my card. And in just that one little tip, quadrupled my business, where I was booked full and all day, like all the time, and there were 13 other people that I worked with that were waiting for clients. It's sometimes making that request. So as we build community, please share the videos so So Salon Envy in Prescott, Arizona, right? You can tell them the location would be great, how they can find you guys or your contact information.
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page. It's just Salon Envy Prescott. We are located in the Prescott Gateway Mall. I believe on the northwest entrance, I believe it is, but
you can't miss it. There's Go Bananas for the kids. You can drop the kids off and get your hair done right there. You walk in and there's like Zales, there's like, you know, a diamond store right next door, and they're right opposite, so you can't miss it.
Yeah, so we're just ask everybody what their favorite private salon is. They'll let you know where we're at.